Got it picked.
Can you hear us, Eva?
Now. Why am I not hearing anybody?
Unmute everybody.
I can't. I'm not supposed to touch anybody talking. Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
we can. And Tootie.
And Tootie, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
I'm not hearing anybody.
Are you on the YouTube channel too? Because I see you over there.
Plug them in
Where's the hole?
right here.
How about I wonder if about our volume.
That could possibly be it.
Mm-hmm.
Eva, have you adjusted your volume?
Yeah, I switched to Tootie's Chromebook. Can you hear me now?
We can
We
hear
can hear
you.
you fine. How about us?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you now. I had to
Okay.
switch. Something's going on with my laptop. Sound like another language.
That's a good reason to have young folks around to help folks like us with technology.
Well, I'm on her Chromebook.
Yeah. All right. It's coming up 5:30. Just hit it right on the nose. I like to call a meeting to order. And as a matter of formality, I have a roll call. Looks like everyone is here, but as I call your name, if you could answer here. Mr. Evans? Here. Eva?
Here?
Priscilla?
Here.
Greg? Greg, I think you're muted.
Hang on a second.
You here?
I'm here.
Okay, there you
Yes, I'm here.
go. Judy?
Here.
And Stuart?
Here.
All righty. And of course, I'm here, and that we're everyone is present. That means we have a quorum. And I'd like to welcome everybody here who may or may not be on our screen, might be listening otherwise. All right, Ms. Eva, could you open the meeting, please?
Yes, I will. Okay. Let's bow our heads for a word of prayer, please. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this time that we can get together. And dear God, we just thank you for putting your hand upon us and protecting us and keeping us all healthy. And dear God, we ask that you continue to do that and be with all the doctors and nurses and all the first responders, dear God. Just keep them healthy. And for all the ones that have lost someone or have someone sick, dear God, we just ask that you give them peace. And dear God, be with us as we do this meeting, dear God, and give us the wisdom that you would have us to follow through with your decisions. And we just thank you for all of our staff and teachers, dear God, and all the hard work that they've been doing. And just lead us and guide us each and every day. In Jesus' name, amen. Now join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That sounds like a foreign language.
Well, everybody trying to talk over one another.
I know it.
Next thing on the agenda is approval of the agenda. And Dr. Higg, anything we need to add or subtract?
No, and everything should be good. And I don't necessarily, unless anybody has a need for an executive session at this time, it's listed as if needed on the agenda. And I do not have a reason for us to go in executive session in our call meeting.
Mr. Chairman, this is Priscilla. Mrs. Priscilla, I move that we approve the agenda as presented.
Okay, motion by Priscilla that we approve the agenda without the executive session. We're here second.
I'll second. Evans, second.
JP, got you. All right, all in favor signify by saying yes on roll call vote. Mr. Evans? Yes. Eva?
Here, yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Stewart?
Yes.
And I say I vote yes also, so the vote is unanimous. All right. Moving on, we have current certified staff recommendations for fiscal year 2021. And since we have what could be deemed as a conflict of interest because of family members that work within the system, I'm going to make a motion to begin with that before we approve the entire slate, before we put it to a vote, I would like to make a motion that Holly and Baron Hamlin, who would be my daughter and son-in-law, be removed from the FY21 slate for a separate vote. Do I hear a second?
I,
Mr.
this is
Chairman,
Eva. I
Priscilla,
second.
I think I heard Eva first. Is second by Eva. Roll call vote. Mr. JP? Yes. Miss Eva?
Yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Stewart?
Yes.
I abstain. All right. We now,
Mr. Chairman?
Dr. Dawson, would you like to make a motion at this point in time?
Mr. Chairman, this is Priscilla. I move that that Holly and Baron Hamlin be approved for employment in FY21.
All righty. Do I hear a second?
I second.
That's Miss Pettigrew. Judy?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Roll call vote. Mr. JP? Yes. Eva?
Yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Stewart?
Yes.
And I abstain. Vote passes. Both votes passed 6-1. All right, Mr. Evans, would you like to make a motion?
Mr. Chairman, in that six and one abstention,
6 and 1 abstention. I'm sorry, I didn't oppose. All right, no. Thank you. Thank you for the little slip of the tongue there. I'd like
Okay.
to make a motion. Remove Dwayne Evans. Why 21 slate for a separate vote. All right, here, everybody hear the vote? Seconded by Miss Pettigrew. All right,
No.
I have a motion to the second that Dwayne Evans be removed from the slate for a separate vote. Roll call vote again. Mr. Evans? Yes. I guess you would abstain. Is that correct? Abstain, yeah. Okay, all right. Eva?
Yes.
Priscilla?
yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
And Stewart?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and so that motion passes 6 in favor, 1 abstention. Ms. Pettigrew, do you have a motion for us?
Yes, I do want to make a motion that Dwayne Evans be approved for the fiscal year 21 as an employee of Monroe County Schools.
Okay. All righty,
Second.
there's a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by Priscilla. All right. Roll call vote. All in favor, say yes. Mr. Evans? Yes. Abstain. You would abstain? Abstain. Okay. All right. Eva?
Yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Stewart?
Yes.
All right. Again, the vote is 6 in favor of Dwayne Evans with 1 abstention. All right.
Okay. Okay, then I'd like to make a motion that Laurie Pippin be removed from the FY21 slate.
Oh,
All right, Mr. Stewart made a motion that Lori Pippin be removed from 21 slate. Do I hear a second?
I
I
second.
second. Judy
All
can
right,
do it.
who wants to do the second? There's sort of a tie there.
Let Judy. Judy can do it.
Okay, all right. Judy Pettigrew second. All right, roll call vote on this to separate Lori Pippin out from the slate. And first we have Mr. Evans. Are you in favor? Yes. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. We got it. Eva,
Yes.
Priscilla,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Judy,
Yes.
and Stuart.
Abstain.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Eva, do you have a motion?
Yes,
Oh,
I would like.
excuse me. The motion passed 6 in favor and 1 abstention. All right.
Okay. Okay. I'd like to make a motion that Lori Pippin be approved for FY21.
Motion that Lord can be approved for this upcoming year, FY21. Do I hear a second? Evans second. Mr. Evans second. All right, roll call vote. All in favor of the motion? Mr. Evans? Yes. Eva?
Yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
And Stuart?
Abstain.
Abstain. All right, the motion passes. Six votes in favor with 1 abstention. Let's say that was a little time-consuming and cumbersome. So anyhow, on to the full slate, minus the ones that have already been approved. Greg, do you have a motion?
I move that we approve the remaining personnel for fiscal year 2021.
I second.
All right. Motion by Greg, seconded by Eva. All in favor, roll call vote, and everyone can vote on these. All right. First of all, we have Mr. Evans. Yes. All right. Eva,
Yes.
Priscilla,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Judy,
Yes.
and Stuart.
Yes.
Okay, that completes our staff and whatnot with a unanimous vote. And thank you all for bearing with us because it's would be a whole lot better if we'd been in person. But anyhow, thank you. All right, next thing we have gifted elementary gifted framework for FY21 and Miss Elder.
Hold on just a minute, Nolan. We need to go back and approve the
What did I say?
personnel for the regular personnel
Oh,
sheet.
excuse me, the blue sheet.
Yes.
The blue sheet, which if you printed it out, it's probably not blue. Sorry about that. My mind fried after that little exercise there.
Mr. Chairman, Mrs. Priscilla, I move that the individuals on the blue sheet be approved as presented.
Motion by by Priscilla that the new personnel be the new action for us personnel actions be approved. Seconded by. Wait a second.
I second. Judy.
All right. Judy seconds. Is there any questions? We didn't. We normally review these a little bit. Is there anything? Let's see. Jackson, are you on here?
I'm here.
Okay. Anything you'd like to add?
I'll just kind of wrap this up and let you know you're approving 4 certified persons tonight. There are 2 resignations that have come our way and then 1 change of position. They're all listed on the blue sheet. And in terms of where we stand, we currently have 4 certified positions still open. and we have 6 classified positions. So we are we're fast moving towards having full staff, and we're very pleased about that.
What certified positions are open? Mrs. Priscilla.
There are 2 special ed co-teach positions at the middle school. We have a vocational teacher at Mary Persons, and we have the literacy coach at Central. That will be a system-wide position. So I said 6, but it's actually only 5.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, is it just comment? I don't think this early I've ever seen us with as few vacancies as what we've got.
Right.
But anyhow, we have a motion and a second on the new personnel actions. And with roll call vote, Ms. JP?
Yes.
You in favor of the motion? Is that yes?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. All right. Eva?
Yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.
Stuart?
Yes.
And I'll vote yes also. So that the personnel recommendations on what we refer to as the blue sheet pass unanimously. Motion. All righty. Sorry, I jumped ahead. Ms. Elder.
Yes, sir. I wanted to review some changes for our elementary Project SOAR program for the upcoming school year. I sent everyone a copy of a PowerPoint presentation for you to look at. Currently, our elementary gifted students are being served at Hubbard Elementary School 1 day per week. And they have been doing that since 2012. That's the program that we have been using, or the model, or the environment that we have been using. Since that time, our gifted numbers have increased, which has caused for us to take a closer look at the environment in which we're serving our elementary gifted students. We're also seeing some instructional time that's lost due to our KB Sutton students and our TG Scott students who are being transported by bus every day to Hubbard Elementary School. We're also seeing more conflicts with scheduling because we want to make sure that our gifted students are receiving different connections classes from their home school when they're served, at their home schools from when they're served at the Gifted Center. We've also seen some struggles with certain special events and programs that have to be rearranged when those students are not in the building. And quite frankly, we will probably need the space at Hubbard Elementary School because of our increase in enrollment in our schools. So basically what will happen is our students will still be served through a resource class, which is what they're doing now, except they will be served in their home school. So Kathy Brooks, who is the TG Scott lead teacher, will stay at TG Scott and she will serve those students 1 day a week. Dr. Harris will remain at Hubbard and serve those students through the separate class, resource class, 1 day per week. And then Ms. Trammell will stay at KB Sutton Elementary School. It's also important to keep in mind on the 4 other days of the week when those students are not being served by that lead gifted teacher, many of those students are being served by a gifted endorsed regular classroom teacher. So in essence, our gifted students are receiving gifted instruction 5 days per week. We are doing a much better job of having our classroom teachers become gifted endorsed, make sure that our kids are receiving enriched instructional activities, not only 1 day a week, but 5 days per week. So our lead gifted teachers, they're going to continue to teach their instructional units through the use of technology and project-based learning to make sure that they're enhancing their cognitive learning. Research and reference is something that's big that they focus on. That will continue, as well as creativity in the areas of English language arts, math, science, and social studies. We are making sure that, all the technology that we have will be evenly dispersed among the 3 lead gifted teachers to make sure there's adequate resources and materials for those instructional units. And we will make sure that we will have system-wide grade level field trip experiences for Project SOAR students, so that those students will still have an opportunity to come together at some point in the year for those out of school experiences, out of the regular environment experiences. What we would like to happen, we have a parent letter that we would like to mail to all the elementary gifted parents explaining these changes. We did have a planned parent meeting, but because of our COVID pandemic, we had to restructure how we wanted to relay this information. So in addition to the parent letter that we are going to mail, we're going to have each school's lead gifted teacher, which would be Dr. Harris, Ms. Brooks, and Ms. Trammell. They will actually contact each of their gifted students' parents by phone to explain the changes and answer any questions they may have. And then parents and students will be able to visit their Project SOAR classrooms during open house before school begins, so they can actually see the classroom that they will be instructed in for their separate class. Are there any questions about this change? We've actually, Mary Jane Banter, who works for the Department of Education, she and I speak probably every other month or so, because she reaches out to program directors in each system. And she definitely thinks that our system is ready to pull our kids back into their home environments, because our numbers have increased, which is a great thing for our students. So we are definitely making students who are eligible, our numbers are increasing, and we are identifying more and more students for our gifted program. Are there any questions about this change for next year?
Just a comment. This seems to be a lot better way to run a railroad, and with a lot more efficient. And of course, anytime you're more efficient, students are better served.
Yes,
How many total students do we have?
total students right now, we have, in your presentation right now, we have, as of March, our numbers, we had 199 elementary students. And it just depends upon the grade level as to how many are in each grade level. You really want to stick to 17, give or take a few kids per grade level. But we are, our numbers are growing. If you look back from June 2016, we served 120 elementary students. Now we're at 199, almost 200. So, we're identifying more and more of our gifted students, because our gifted teachers are doing a really good job of working with our teachers back at the school to identify those characteristics that we're looking for to have those students tested.
What are the parents' reply to this? Or we have not told them about this yet?
No, that was what was for the gifted meeting was supposed to be about.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
this is Priscilla. Do we need a motion to approve this change in delivery model?
I wouldn't
The
think
delivery
so.
model, the delivery model isn't changing. We're still serving the kids through a resource, which is a one-day pullout and a cluster group when those students are taught by their classroom teacher who's also gifted indoors. It's just an environment. They just won't be transported over to Hubbard. They're still going to get the same services in their home school.
Program
If the
really
delivery
does
model's
not.
not changing, if the delivery model's not changing, do we need any kind of action?
No,
No,
I
ma'am.
don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, ma'am.
that's what we said.
We just wanted to share this with you because we wanted to send letters out to parents and wanted to make sure you all were aware of this change because of our numbers have increased so much in the past few years.
Alicia, this
I would be interested in what the parents' input on that is, just to see if they were in favor of it or if they like the idea or not.
Well, I'm one of those parents, and I think that they would be able to get more time
Yes.
actually being taught than traveling back and forth
Right.
to Hubbard.
That's correct. And with spacing, with all these students, we're seeing some issues with connections classes at Hubbard, really that are really full. And so they're having a hard time scheduling connections when they're over at Hubbard, as well as spacing in the cafeteria. It depends on the day of the week, but we're seeing some issues such as that, and we're trying to minimize that. And if they're back in their schools, they'll actually have more instructional time. They'll still get the same type of learning from their gifted teacher. All three gifted teachers still collaborate and share, units of instruction. They'll still be focused on STEM. They can do STEM activities at all three schools, so those units will still stay the same, and there'll still be collaboration among the three elementary teachers.
I think it's great. And Alicia, I do thank you for sending us to the criteria for qualifying
Yes, ma'am.
in the presentation that you sent to us.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, any other questions for Ms. Elder?
Just, Nolan, I just make a comment that at one point, the real relevance for why we served at one school is because we didn't have the numbers to actually have a gifted teacher at each of the elementary schools, because the numbers were low at the other elementaries. And that the relevance for why we did it at one site has actually changed. And there are a lot of other positives, but that's the one main thing, is that we've got a large number of kids at each of the elementary schools that needs to be served, which over time we've been able to get more gifted certified teachers. So we've built the capacity within our buildings to handle those children better at the home school than taking them to another place. So I just wanted you to understand the relevance of why we did it at one site to begin with.
Well, everything about it makes more sense. I mean, who learns while riding on the bus?
Depends.
It's got to be a good thing.
All right,
Appreciate it.
we'll follow up with those parents, and if there are any concerns, we'll address them, and
Absolutely.
be a good move moving forward.
All right. All righty. Greg, do you have a question?
No, that's the only thing I want to know about, is just what the parents' thoughts were on that.
All righty. I thought you were about to say something. Your block flashed there for a second. All right. Any reminders, Dr. Hickman, other than everything's still up in the air?
Just a reminder that our next meeting is May 12th. Hopefully, we can make it to that time without having a call meeting. Obviously, the decisions that are being made about our safety orders could change, and if that changes, we'll need to probably have a call meeting to determine some things moving forward. I will mention that if we have a need for, I've been talking with Valerie about executive session, and if we have to have our next meeting virtually, depending on what that looked like at that time, what we may do is we'll probably assign 2 meetings, and we'll give you 2 numbers basically. And the first number will be our general meeting, and then the other number that we'll go into would be the executive session number. And that way we can invite just the people that need to be in that session. So I wanted to build a capacity, if we had to have another virtual meeting, that we could actually have an executive session just with the superintendent and the board members. So we figured that out. And if we need to do that at the next call meeting or the next board meeting, we can. But other than that, we're just a reminder that graduation is still scheduled for the 22nd. Remember, we're kind of waiting to see how things shake out in the next few weeks we've got to make a decision before April 30th to let our folks know, but we will let you know before we do that either way. And if we don't have it on May 22nd, we'll have it on July 31st. And if not then, then we'll have it sometime in the fall. But we're paying attention to our local government and state government as far as how everything's going, and paying attention to budget. We'll talk to you a little bit more about budget at our next meeting. We do have to approve handbook changes, and we're looking at doing some things at the high school level that will affect some of our policy. And so I'll be getting that out to everybody to look at and review and ask questions, hopefully in the next couple of weeks before we even put the agenda together, because we're going to look at changing the number of credits that we're asking kids to get over time. And I'll explain more in the emails and information to come, but that's going to be coming in the next little while. But we're just sitting tight on being ready for, what's going to happen in our state. So we'll be there to support that, and pretty anxious about next school year and trying to get that worked out and get that scheduled.
All righty. Yes, it's a lot of unknowns. Anyhow, and we just got to remain flexible, and appreciate the job y'all are doing in maintaining that flexibility while plodding along. So anyhow, if no one has anything else.
One more thing, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, my birthday party is about to start here at 6 o'clock. So we're getting through right on time.
Then I got a motion. You ready?
Yes, you do. We were hoping you would. Go ahead.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Wait, I've been trying to say something. I've been muted.
Okay.
All
right.
I wanted to ask Dr. Hickman about the meals served yesterday. About how many meals did we serve?
This is Jackson. The number topped 400 yesterday, and
400
not the highest, probably the second highest number we've had.
That was 2 meals per child.
2 meals yesterday,
Right.
3 meals.
No.
Sorry, 3 days. It'll actually be 2 meals a day, a total of 6.
Okay.
Mike, I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You and I had this conversation the other day, but I think it might be good for the rest of the board
Yeah.
about just looking at budget for next year and knowing that the state funds may be cut.
Yeah. We will talk about that. That's a good, obviously we were given early on when we started COVID-19. And I know that you and I spoke a little bit about budget, and at that point, we had been basically told that our state funding would probably be the same for FY21. And obviously, as time has progressed, that message seems to be changing a little bit, but we will probably present that at the next meeting and talk about, maybe we'll have more information. I know that we won't get a state allotment sheet till mid-June, but we'll probably go ahead and create different scenarios with certain cuts in, like we used to do austerity cuts, just to do like a budget A, a budget B, and a budget C based on different amounts, and maybe present that, kind of talk through that at the next meeting.
All righty. Well, if that's all, we still have a motion hanging there that we're looking for a second. Usually Mr. Evans.
Evans, second.
Okay, we have a motion that we adjourn, and we have a second by JP. Motion by Eva, seconded by JP. All in favor, roll call vote. Mr. JP, yea or nay? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
All righty. All right. Then Eva, and then next we have Priscilla.
Yes.
All right, Greg.
Discussion.
No,
I got a
we're
question
way
for
past
Jackson.
that. Okay.
Yeah, well, y'all weren't listening. I can't. Y'all, nobody heard me when I was talking.
Okay.
I've got a question for Jackson. What vocational teacher is open?
It's one of the business positions.
Business
Works with,
position?
works with work-based learning program.
Okay, that's what I want to know. Thank you.
All right, how do you vote on adjourning?
Yes.
Okay,
You
all right,
better.
Judy,
Yes.
Yes.
and then Stuart. And that's, I guess
Yes.
that's and then I'll vote yes also. That's unanimous. We almost got through at 6 o'clock. All the party folks were out in the yard waiting on me.
Greg's
So
fault.
this meeting is adjourned. So
Y'all be
thank y'all.
safe.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
All
Yep.
right.
Save us a
No
piece of
party in the
cake.
yard. See y'all.
All right. Good night. Thank you, Valerie.
Night.
Thank y'all. Have a good night.